3-3. Former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. The saying is, defense wins championships, and because FC Tulsa and Phoenix Rising have scored a combined 3 goals in each of their last 3, it's been all about the defense. So what have been the keys?
I think it comes out of necessity, Josh, because both of these teams have hopes of playing playoff soccer, but the question is, how do you keep yourself into games when you're not scoring, right? You need to be compact in the back, you need to be very difficult to break down, but it's interesting because last time these two teams met, it was everything but a defensive showdown.
Yeah, that's the irony. Back in April, the 3-3 draw between Phoenix Rising. We welcome you in with the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. The saying is, defense wins championships, and because FC Tulsa and Phoenix Rising have scored a combined 3 goals in each of their last 3, it's been all about the defense. So what have been the keys?
I think it comes out of necessity, Josh, because both of these teams have hopes of playing playoff soccer, but the question is, how do you keep yourself
The heat of the summer is still very evident as the Friday night focus in the USL Championship shifts to the desert. Defending champions Phoenix Rising have been relying on their defensive record, and goalkeeper Rocco Rios Novo is a big reason why. For FC Tulsa and Loney forward Aaron Bibu, consistency is the key in the run into the playoffs. It's Phoenix and Tulsa next. This is the USL on ESPN. Tonight from Phoenix, Arizona, a battle in the USL Championship's Western Conference. It's Phoenix Rising FC and FC Tulsa. Things are heating up in the Western Conference as the calendar flips to September. In 7th and 8th, FC Tulsa and Phoenix Rising with identical 7, 8, and 9 records. So 3 points tonight will go a long way into helping either reach the playoffs. We welcome you in with the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. The saying is, defense wins championships, and because FC Tulsa and Phoenix Rising have scored a combined 3 goals in each of their last 3, it's been all about the defense. So what have been the keys?
I think it comes out of necessity, Josh, because both of these teams have hopes of playing playoff soccer, but the question is, how do you keep yourself into games when you're not scoring, right? You need to be compact in the back, you need to be very difficult to break down, but it's interesting because last time these two teams met, it was everything but a defensive showdown.
Yeah, that's the irony. Back in April, the 3-3 draw between Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa in Tulsa, one of 2 games in which Phoenix Rising have scored 3 or more this year.
The game was all about critical moments. You see 4 out of the 6 goals were scored on dead ball situations, whether it was headers, whether it was pens. And you look at this game, you still have a bit of individual brilliance in the attacking phase of the game, but I do think this game is going to be completely different, Josh, and I do think box defending is going to be crucial to see who takes all 3 points here tonight.
The elements will no doubt play a factor tonight as Darush Formella scored the 3-3 equalizer back on April 5th. For Phoenix Rising, their defense has been so strong lately, 3 straight clean sheets coming in.
It's just been very impressive with how committed they are on the defensive side of the ball, whether it's a line of 4, whether it's a line of 5. They get behind the ball extremely quick. Give credit to Diego Gomez because he's pressed every right button to make his side one of the best defensive sides as of late in all of USL Championship.
Defender Pop Marboy for Phoenix Rising. In his rookie season, he has been a crucial part to this back line.
A big physical center back that loves to defend, and he's passionate about it. But I do think one of the most underrated parts of his game is his passing range, the ability to break lines. But like you said, Josh, in his rookie season, plays well beyond his years. Look for him to be a leader within this back line of Phoenix Rising.
Marboy, the College Cup defensive MVP in his only season with Clemson in the collegiate ranks. For FC Tulsa, Diogo Pacheco, he has to spearhead this attack because of the loss of Philip Goodrum.
We've seen him play centrally, we've seen him play in wide parts of the field, but the quality never drops for Pacheco. I do think if you are Mario Sanchez and FC Tulsa, how quickly can he get on the ball early and often, and he needs to be the best player on the field if they have any hopes of stealing all 3 points.
We are building you up to first kick tonight from a hot Phoenix, Arizona. It's Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa. Lineups and first kick coming up. Handshakes ahead of first kick tonight from Phoenix Rising Stadium in Phoenix. Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa, the second matchup of the year between the 2 Western Conference foes. Our starting lineups will start with Phoenix Rising and interim head coach Diego Gomez. A 4-3-3 and just one change that comes in the attack tonight.
Carmelo's going to play on this left-hand side, but you look at Angel, he's going to stay high. He's going to occupy the center back. So Duratiodo and Dennis, what does that look like in terms of how quickly can they dictate tempo? Because this Phoenix Rising side, they want to play this, they want to slow the game down. They want to play on their terms. And then you have Cuello and White. Do not be surprised if you see them join the attack and create a lot of overloads on wide parts of the field.
For FC Tulsa and head coach Mario Sanchez, 3 changes coming out of that 3-goal loss last time out.
Or 2-3-1 is the way that they're going to set up. My eyes go to Diallo and Booth. What does the balance look like as one steps up? The other one needs to provide that coverage in the back. Batash is going to play as at number 10. Pacheco and Bell, look for them to express themselves underneath Bibu. I do think the first 10 to 15 minutes are going to be really important for FC Tulsa to get their defensive structure down and be hard to break down.
Number 10, Matthew Bell, added on loan yesterday from Real Salt Lake, and he is right into the starting lineup. That is our referee, Ricardo Fierro. He'll have the whistle on this 100-degree evening in Phoenix, Arizona. The sun has set, the lights have taken effect, and we are ready to go tonight from the desert. Another famous $1 beer night here at Phoenix Rising Stadium as the referee sends us on our way. It's Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa. So glad you can be with us tonight, closing out the evening in the USL Championship. Already a couple of games gone final tonight. We are ready to feast our eyes on this Western Conference matchup featuring 2 teams that come in with identical records, identical points, and they're in 7th and 8th in the USL Championship's Western Conference, which tells you everything you need to know about how crucial this game is for both Phoenix and Tulsa, with playoff hopes for both, and especially for Phoenix Rising, the defending champions in the USL Championship. You don't want to be the team to win and then not make the playoffs the next year.
Massive opportunity for Diego Gomez and this Phoenix Rising side. They're actually showing up into a 3-back system, so you have Charlie Dennis on this near side and Cuello on that far side, so I expect them to be expansive and really test the shape of FC Tulsa early on.
A giveaway out of the back, but Tulsa not able to hold on to it. Phoenix Rising coming off the 1-0 win against Loudoun. That 1 goal in the game against Loudoun last weekend ended a 447-minute scoreless drought. This is a Phoenix team that is 2nd least goals scored in the USL Championship with 22 goals. We mentioned it in the open, how much these teams rely on their defensive record, as Phoenix Rising have clean sheets in 3 straight and 5 of their last 6. They've not conceded a goal in 270 minutes coming into play tonight. That means the task for FC Tulsa is a big one. Coming on the road here, their last win in Phoenix, or their last win against Phoenix, pardon me, came in 2017. They've never won a game in Phoenix before. So they're trying to do something they've never done in the past. And they're coming off a big 4-1 loss at home to Colorado Springs, in which coach Mario Sanchez said it was just an out-of-the-blue performance. We did not see that coming, as the flag is up for offside against Diogo Pacheco. Phoenix looking to start from the back. No surprise to see Rocco Rios Novo, the goalkeeper, stepping up into that back line. Now the long switch of play for Eduardo Rito. He gets to the end line, tries to keep it in play, and a corner kick coming for Phoenix.
Expect to see a lot of this type of actions from Phoenix Rising. You start on one side of the field, and now you have wing backs that provides width to create a little bit of an overload. Rito and Dennis have a very good relationship and good set piece here for the first 4 minutes.
Mid-season acquisition, Charlie Dennis standing over it. The in-swinging ball bouncing all the way through. Somehow nobody got a touch on that. It trickles out harmlessly for an FC Tulsa throw-in. Interim head coach Diego Gomez joined on as an assistant earlier this year in February, named an interim at the end of June after parting ways with Danny Stone. Danny Stone led Phoenix to a 5-6-6 start after 3 years as an assistant. And now it's Diego Gomez stepping into the role, formerly a professional in Spain. Ito plays it back. No surprise to see Phoenix on the ball early and often in this game. They are one of the teams with the highest possession in the USL Championship, fourth most at 55% on average.
We spoke with Mario Sanchez ahead of this match, and we asked him what was going to be some of the keys to be successful against Phoenix Rising. He said, look, we just cannot let them get in a rhythm in their attacking third. A team that wants to be on the ball, they want to play this game at their speed. So getting all 11 players behind the ball for FC Tulsa is going to be really important for their success.
Quajo on the underlap, gets the end line, tries to square it. Big deflection, and another corner kick coming for Phoenix. It's been a bright start at home.
And it's these underlapping runs that are just so difficult to track for Phoenix Rising. As this ball goes wide, Quajo understands both players on the right-hand side, Sawahi and St. Clair, getting caught while watching. Good action yet again from their home side.
Second in-swinger from the near corner. A free header in the middle, but headed away by Bourgeois. Tulsa looking to get out on the counter, but Nico Rios Novo playing well off his line to win possession back. Diego Gomez said getting that goal and the win on the road against a good Loudoun team last week was a big boost of confidence for this Phoenix Rising team. Another clean sheet. We talked about how much they've struggled to score goals. When you add in stoppage time and everything, it was almost 500 minutes with that goal-scoring drought. Here's Batash, who tries to move it out wide. FC Tulsa coming forward for the first time. Formella goes to ground. Dratioto blocks down the cross and out for a Tulsa throw-in.
I do think that number 10 position for Mario Sanchez and FC Tulsa is going to be really important to their success going forward. Because as you play off the shoulder of Zambrano, now you ask him and pull him out of position. Secondary action between Bibu and Batash. What does that relationship look like for the visiting side?
Booth moves it out wide. Another recent signing coming over from Miami FC as this is floated forward. And just a bit too tall for Aaron Bibu. Another loanee that has been added from the LA Galaxy. He came over in mid-August, and Mario Sanchez has been adding to this roster as the season has gone along, but he says the keys moving forward, it's consistency. We had a good summer, we were consistent, and now we're just focusing a little bit more on our defensive play because of the struggles in front of goal.
Exactly, like we mentioned in the open, how do you grind out results when you're not scoring and not hitting the back of the net? Your backline needs to be compact, hard to break down, and through 7 minutes, really interesting as they elect to press a little bit higher. You not want to get stretched if you are FC Tulsa.
What goes to show the amount of players that Tulsa has used this season. They've had 24 different starters this season coming into play tonight. A big acquisition from Lou City of Philip Goodrum has shaken things up on that front line. Goodrum has been a big goal scorer in the USL over the past few years. And now joining up with, many are calling maybe a super team with Lou City, the top team in the USL Championship. And another 3 points for Louisville tonight. Bourgeois chipping it through the middle and broken up by Renzo Zambrano. Move out wide, Formella tries to put it in front. It's Bourgeois to step in again to clear it.
Not the best idea from Bourgeois. A lofted ball into the central location. Makes life very easy for Zambrano just to step in and win his individual duel. How clean can you be when playing out of the back against this Phoenix Rising side, because they want to step high, they want to force turnovers higher up the field. Good idea from Formella to find that how.
Phoenix again on the ball. Dratioto, the Italian, plays it infield. Zambrano and Emil Quajo. He can hit it. Quajo saved! Sawahi looking to clean things up You just have to go back to the playoffs last year for Emil Cuello, a couple of long bangers that helped Phoenix win that title last year, and he was looking for something similar. White moves it along again. Dennis. It has been all Phoenix in the opening 9 minutes. Johan Peñaranda, the starter in goal, clean sheets in 6 of his last 12 games. It was pointed out by Mario Sanchez that when he has been in goal, our defense has really taken on a different look.
Expect to see a lot of this as the night progresses. 4-4-2 defensive block for FC Tulsa. If you are Phoenix Rising, how quickly can you play in between lines to unbalance them? Like you said, Josh, you've seen Cuello score some fantastic goals from distance. Just watch the technical ability, gorgeous in the way that he steps up into it. Head down, laces through the ball, but that is a really good save from Peñaranda. Makes it look a lot easier than what it is. It hits off the grass at the last second, carries it away from traffic.
Peñaranda in his first season with Tulsa spent the last 2 years with Northern Colorado Hailstorm in USL League One. Former product of Pittsburgh and FIU in his college days. Coming forward again, and Peñaranda off his line. Again, making an early impact for FC Tulsa.
FC Tulsa having a very difficult time dealing with the movement from a deep line position from Cuello. As this ball comes in, whether you are Batash, Bell, no one tracks him. Fantastic link-up play from Formella. Little layoff, and that first touches everything. He breaks the line. But yet again, that is some save from Peñaranda. How quickly he comes off his line to make himself big to deny Phoenix Rising their opening goal.
Another corner kick, and it's an in-swinger. Pop Marboy couldn't get onto it, and it bounces out harmly for a goal kick. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
If you are Mario Sanchez in this FC Tulsa side, backtracking needs to be a little bit better within the first 12 minutes here. When the ball gets by you, especially if you are Diallo or Booth, your defensive duties are not done. You have to track the runner. Secondary to that, the 2 outside backs need to provide a little bit more coverage and be more compact in their structure, because too many times there's gaps in between players.
Mario Sanchez said they have to be comfortable defending for long periods of time. We've seen that with Phoenix's 74% possession in the opening 12 minutes. Angel looks to connect with Cuello, has to turn it back. Cuello is bumped. Free kick to Phoenix Rising. They go quick with it. They put it right back into play. They can sense something here in the opening few minutes. They have Tulsa on their heels. Cuts it back again for Pop Marboy. Contact away from the ball. It's another whistle. This time Giulio Dorazziotto hitting the surface. His first season in the United States, last played for the Juventus under-19s. Trained with the first team for a spell. Break lines, some more contact. Bourgeois gets caught, and a free kick coming for Phoenix Rising in a good area.
Just the positioning of Formella has caused all sorts of issues. As he's staying high now, Bourgeois has to come over, but there's just no need to be that eager to win the ball. That left leg catches Charlie Dennis. Move your feet, make him play negative, and your job is done. A bit overzealous, you afford Phoenix Rising the opportunity to put this thing into the mixer and cause a little bit of chaos within this backline of FC Tulsa.
Dennis will run away from it. It's Renzo Zambrano. A chance to hit this, Durantioto! He got a good connection on it and could not find the frame of goal.
And he knows it as well. Does not miss this by much, especially on set pieces. It's not the initial action, it's a second wave that can really hurt teams. A bit slow to step out. FC Tulsa is unleashes and just tattoos this thing. Just need to let it drop a little bit more, and then you put it on target. The technical ability from Durantioto has been fantastic through this 2024 campaign.
Miranda to put it back in play, and in no rush already in the opening 15 minutes. For Tulsa, this is their first trip to Phoenix since 2019, when the teams played last year. It was a 0-0 draw on September 9th in Tulsa. But it has been a long time since they have played. And FC Tulsa back in the Western Conference this year. They've been in the Eastern Conference the last few years. Rekindling some of these rivalries and matchups that they have played over prior seasons. Played in the East, and now they're back in the West as Dom couldn't collect it on the near side.
It's been a really difficult time getting in any sort of rhythm, this FC Tulsa side. Decision making, understanding, yes, we can play in between, but there's nothing wrong with playing Route 1 and gaining some real estate higher up the field. Josh has been all one-way traffic for the home side for the first 16 minutes here.
Phoenix again just looking to keep the ball with Fuenmayor. Formella battling, he was fouled. Gets it back rolling again with Potmar Boy. Phoenix coming into play tonight after ending that 4-game winless run before they got the win last week against Loudoun. 0-1-3 during that winless run. They only have 2 wins in their last 10. And they have 0-0 draws in 3 of their last 5 games. There have not been a lot of goals to go around for Phoenix Rising as of late, but if you're not going to score a lot of goals, you can't be conceding goals, and at least they're getting a few results along the way, which has kept them afloat right on that playoff line coming into play this weekend. Phoenix surveying again. Fuenmayor for Cuejo. It's all Phoenix early on. This is down the line for Durantioto. Cuejo cuts it back. Phoenix showing so much patience in the opening few minutes, and they have gotten a few good chances for themselves. Zambrano, diagonal ball, and off the mark for Rito. That patience ran a little thin there.
If you're Rito, you need to stay a little bit wider in that action, trying to make the field as big as you can to stretch out those lines in between FC Tulsa. Because as you have your heels on the touchline, now Dom needs to make a decision. Does he go out and engage with you, or does he step in and stay packed with his center back pairing? That little hesitation can be the difference of breaking in between lines and having an opportunity to score a goal.
Dennis fends off Diallo, and now a foul and another free kick. You talked about the set pieces early on, how important they'd be tonight. Phoenix are getting a lot of them early.
It comes from central locations as well. It's no Lazo. Now you have Diallo and Andrew Booth doing the defensive side of the ball, and their balance. That right leg for Diallo, there's just no need to step into that. You have traffic around, just put your body in between the ball and Charlie Dennis. Clever from the Phoenix Rising player. As he goes down, he invites a contact and wins yet again another dangerous set piece.
It's Charlie Dennis again standing over it. He favored his in-swingers on this side of the field. Dennis plays it in again. Another header away. Chance to hit from distance, but it was a heavy first touch. And now here comes FC Tulsa. This is where they have to be good tonight. Diogo Pacheco trying to hop over a challenge. Won back by Zambrano, and the threat is gone. There's a touch in that sequence for Matthew Bell, a 22-year-old from Kingston, Jamaica. His USL Championship debut tonight, the rookie out of Marshall, where he was a first-team All-American in college. Currently on loan from Real Salt Lake. He was the 16th pick in the most recent MLS Super Draft. Now coming on loan, trying to help in that attack for Tulsa. Wyke over the top and chested down by Rito. Dennis tripped again. Diallo has gotten in a few of these in the early few minutes.
A player that is just so underrated in the USL Championship, and he's been transformative for this Phoenix Rising side. Just watch his angle, the way that he backtracks Renzo Zambrano, and right there, that's when he leaves his feet. Little moments just like that play into the hands of why Phoenix Rising has been so good on the defensive side of the ball. It all starts with your single pivot from Renzo Zambrano, and yet again Diallo, like you said, Josh, walking a very fine line for the remainder of this match. Second foul in a matter of moments on Charlie Dennis.
24 appearances for Renzo Zambrano this season. And for Phoenix Rising, this is game at 25. So he's played every single one. Zambrano tries to curl it in, another clearing header. Phoenix getting back on the ball with Rito. Wyke moves it out wide. Julio Doratiotto. Again, Lawrence Wyke has to turn it back for Rocco Rios Novo. Good work by Formella to find space. Keeps it moving for Cuejo. Emile Cuejo, the outswinging ball, headed away by Bourgeois. Stepping forward to keep it, Fuenmayor. And all the way back to Zambrano. If you're FC Tulsa, how do you break up this possession?
When you get on the ball, you need to slow this game down, and it sounds simple. Take the game away from Phoenix Rising, connect a couple passes, play yourself into it. Because the problem is, yes, you're defending through large portions of this first half, but you're just giving the ball over way too cheaply. You're looking at that young man, Diallo and Andrew Booth. A double pivot from Mario Sanchez, just to get the confidence within this side for FC Tulsa.
Mario Sanchez knew this would be a tough matchup tonight for his side. As we've seen in the early going, it's been Tulsa sitting back, but now with the ball in this area of the field, they want to push some numbers forward, try to win the ball back in a good area, which is exactly what they do, but they couldn't keep it. Swahi. There's Bibu. Bibu trying his luck. It'll end up in the net, but there was a whistle. How about that effort? Flag was up for offside. Yeah, thumbs up.
What a bit of a glimpse of the quality from Bibu. just about to mention, as a number 9, when you're defending from large portions, he hits it really well. Yes, it takes a wicked deflection off a boy. An audacious effort from the number 9. Just going back to that point, when they're defending through large portions of the game, Bibu needs to be really clever at the spaces that he picks up. You always want him to be that focal point, that first pass into him, and also the dirty side of the ball as well, drawing fouls, slowing the game down, bringing players into the game, the way you can relieve some of the pressure that FC Tulsa has been under.
Bibu scored 8 goals, had 4 assists with Ventura County FC, which is the LA Galaxy team in MLS Next Pro. He was also on loan last year for Detroit City. Did not score a goal or assist a goal in 5 appearances. Quajo out wide. Phoenix looking to cut it infield with Angel. Chipped into the corner for Doratioto. Headed by St. Clair. Phoenix will keep the ball moving. Zambrano and now Pop Marboy. Phoenix searching and a turnover. Dom stepped up and Rito won it right back, and now Phoenix can go quick. It's Dennis! A decent looking goal for Charlie Dennis. The shot wide, but Phoenix are slowly getting it going tonight.
Rito just gives you so much quality on both sides of the ball, but it's just too easy from Batash. As this ball comes centrally, no one steps up. Charlie Dennis at the last second, his plant foot, watch how he steps into it. His right foot just gives the last second. That's why it pulls wide. How good Phoenix Rising has been at turning their defense into offense. Charlie Dennis is going to want that action back.
Dennis, who played 15 games in all competitions this year with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, coming over to Phoenix Rising earlier this year. Tampa Bay for the last 2 years. Before that with the Oakland Roots. Got his start in League One with Tormenta and Tucson. Dennis, no stranger to the desert for a couple years, a few miles south. Here's Dom. Batash and Bell keeps it moving. St. Clair's come forward. His cross dealt with by Zambrano and cleared away. And Yolanda had to be quick. Finds Bourgeois. Spell of possession for FC Tulsa. Have not seen much of it so far tonight. Floated forward. St. Clair couldn't get on it. Quajo keeps it in play. And a foul will go Tulsa's direction this time.
It's a bit sloppy in that action from Andrew Booth. There's no need to play this ball bouncing into Sawahi. That gives Eric Vermilla the ability to jump and set the high pressure for Phoenix Rising. Those little instances when you're not on the ball a lot, how clean can you be at playing to the right foot and changing the point of attack?
Bourgeois looking for St. Clair. Pass off the mark. It's Doratioto! Just wide. Big deflection on it and out for another Phoenix corner.
Yet again, just sloppy from FC Tulsa. Not on the same page between St. Clair and Andrew Booth. Doratioto. It's well, just a bit of a deflection from Bourgeois. He comes across the last second, and you just see Peñaranda drilling his boys to be a bit cleaner when playing out of the back.
Zambrano on the in-swinger, puts it right in front. Bibu is there to get his head to it. Charlie Dennis tracks it down in the near corner. Wins another corner kick for Phoenix, now they're 5th. It is all Phoenix at the moment, 34 final third entries. Still Tulsa looking for that first shot. Dennis plays it short, gets the return ball, has space. Charlie Dennis, another touch. Dennis blocked. Batash got the block. Angel chips it up back post. And Peñaranda commanding his area well.
Charlie Dennis just takes a little bit too long to make a decision here. You play short to change the angle, but no one from FC Tulsa steps up and engages with him. As he takes that third touch horizontally, now the window is closed.
And because of the heat tonight in Phoenix, we will have a hydration break in the first half. The temperature at kickoff, cool 100 degrees. So players will come over and cool down for just a few moments. This is one of 3 games tonight in the USL Championship. 2 of them have already gone final, and each of the first 2 games featured the respective conference leaders. The first game of the night was Louisville City taking on Loudoun United, and the lone goal in this game scored in the 52nd minute by Aiden McFadden.
Just so much quality for Danny Cruz and company as they continue to push the envelope and at the top of the Eastern Conference. Fantastic result yet again at Lynn Family Stadium.
And with this, Louisville clinch a playoff spot. I think we all knew it was coming, but it is now official. Louisville through 26 games on 59 points. That is 19 wins. They've scored 68 goals. They are absolutely flying. Their goal difference is plus 34. It is crazy what they have done. The other game tonight was New Mexico United, another team at the top of the Western Conference, and they get a 1-0 win over Miami. It was Jacobo Reyes who scored just before halftime, and credit Miami for hanging in this game against a very good New Mexico side, especially at the Lab. Both managers a chance to talk things over. 30 minutes in, and it has been all Phoenix on the ball so far. The USL Championship continues on the ESPN networks in September with the matchup of top teams from the Eastern Conference. Detroit City takes on Players' Shield leader Louisville City in a Sunday afternoon clash, September 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN2. Always a fun atmosphere at Keyworth Stadium, just outside Detroit. Best atmospheres in the league. Detroit City coming into the weekend in 4th spot. Detroit will be on the road to El Paso, who are currently at the bottom of the Western Conference. That game will be tomorrow night. It's a 7-game slate of action in the USL Championship, kicking off tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Watch most games on ESPN+. So back to play after a quick pause for the hydration break, and it's Tulsa who get it back rolling again. They've struggled to get a foothold in this game tonight. It's been all Phoenix, 75% of the ball, 3 shots, 1 on target. Still nothing for Tulsa as they turn it over here. Duratioto chips in the middle, Angel! And his header is over the bar.
just comes off a turnover for Phoenix Rising, how quickly they can be transitional. 2 passes here in the attacking third, but this is a really clever ball into the back post, and it's the run from Angel off the blind side between Bourgeois and Dom. But as you rise up, you have to have the ability to head it back across where it came from, and that's when you can put some pressure on Peñaranda. Really difficult as he just mistimes his leap, the striker for Phoenix Rising.
Hell, who is on loan from LAFC, has played in a handful of games so far for Phoenix. He did score 2 goals for the LAFC first team, 1 in regular season play in MLS, another in the Open Cup. He also scored 3 goals this year for LAFC 2 in MLS Next Pro. Dom looking in fields. Bibu looking out wide for St. Clair, and he springs Tulsa into the attack. And numbers in the box for the service coming in. It took a deflection. It's a throw-in on the far side. St. Clair will go quick with it.
That's when we've seen FC Tulsa be at their best, when they start on one side of the field and end on the other. Because the way that Phoenix Rising, they like to press and in their defensive structure, they want to squeeze you to one side of the field and force a turnover. So if you have the ability to receive the ball with your hips open, now you have an outlet going back the other way.
Pacheco, deflected cross and out for a corner kick. And in the first matchup this year, these corner kicks and set pieces were crucial. Tulsa get their first here.
Last time out, FC Tulsa scored twice off corner kicks. So you're looking for quality here from Pacheco. Plethora of options in the box for the visiting side.
It's Pacheco to stand over it for Tulsa. First corner kick of the night. Pacheco, the outswinging ball, headed away. Pop Marboy right there in the center of that defensive unit for Phoenix Rising. Booth, another delivery, deflected. And here's Cuejo, looking for a way out for Phoenix, and he doesn't find one. Remember, Phoenix Rising still without big John Stenberg, Swedish center back who played a massive part coming in mid-season last year and really solidified things defensively for Phoenix en route to that title. He is missing again tonight, is John Stenberg, big center back. Bourgeois. Pacheco quickly down the line for Owen Dom. Dom's cross floated to the back post. There's nobody there in a blue shirt. There's St. Clair. Now Tulsa gets some time on the ball that they desperately need. Stuff to be chasing for a lot of this game, especially in this heat. Broken up. Dom put his body on the line, but he helped win it back for Tulsa and prevented Phoenix from running right downfield. Now Bourgeois in a tough spot. Back for Peñaranda, who's calm on his goal line. How about that from Peñaranda? Excuse me. This ahead, Rito making the run, shoulder to shoulder with Bourgeois, and it is a foul against Eduardo Rito.
Bit of an awkward coming together. Diallo just seems a bit overwhelmed in that central location. You talk about a goalkeeper, cool as you would like under pressure. Thank you very much. Have a day before Mel as he continues his slide. Good recovery run from Bourgeois. As Rito drops his shoulder, that's what gets him in trouble. Sanchez spoke about much quality he's brought between the sticks, Peñaranda. And that confidence is going to instill some for the players higher up the field.
These last few minutes since the hydration break have been a little bit better from FC Tulsa. They've just at least gotten on the ball, which early on, that's saying something for FC Tulsa. They have not had a lot of possession in this game.
Remember, Mario Sanchez said at the hydration break, really struck a chord with his side. Just seemed a bit more comfortable in possession, the spaces that they've picked up as well. And again, Diallo and Andrew Booth unable to figure it out in terms of their spacing. Too many times they're getting caught on one side of the field.
On the turn, Batash was clipped. He keeps his footing, and he goes for goal. The referee now will bring this back. That was right on in that gray area of how long do you let the advantage play on. But he was caught, and it is a free kick coming for Tulsa.
Every single time when you talk about a player in the central position, is the way that they receive the ball. That is everything. As he has his hips on the half turn, now he has second touch affords him the ability to break the line. Just so clever from Batash. Rando Zambrano, if he makes a play on the ball, he's gonna take the player out, does just that. And these moments for FC Tulsa, how clinical can you be when you're not on the ball quite often through this first half?
It's Pacheco again. Sends it too close to Rocco Rios Novo in goal. Rios Novo looking to go quick, but he will slow things down. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Phoenix on the ball again. Rito. All the way back to Rios Novo. These are two goalkeepers that are good with their feet. We've seen that already from Johan Peñaranda. It's no surprise to see Rios Novo stepping forward and being very involved in the build-out. Grazioto. Back for Cuejo. Zambrano. Mayor moves out wide. Move it down the line. It comes in field for Mella. Trying to go with a spectacular effort and couldn't find the frame of goal.
Just mentioned it for FC Tulsa. Just look at the spacing between Diallo and Andrew Booth, both players on the right side of the field. So that leaves a massive hole, essentially from about 18 yards out. Mark Carmelo does really well to let the ball just come across his body. But as he approaches it at the last second, his shoulders go back. And that's why it goes up and over the crossbar.
South End always in full voice here at Phoenix Rising Stadium. And how about on $1 beer night? Gets everybody a little bit more rowdy.
As we're approaching halftime, Josh, I do think if you're Mario Sanchez, the top priority is going to be figuring out someone to sit right in front of your back line. That's when you have a player like Lazarus, there's a massive hole in that midfield. Whether it is Andrew Booth, you want him to play a little bit deeper, or Diallo, one of them needs to stay home. That's an area of the field that you continually are getting to be hurt.
Zambrano. You've been very impressed with Renzo Zambrano in the middle. He wins it back again. And here comes Phoenix, although slipping, and now it's turned back the other way. Tulsa on the move. Trying to find Pacheco. Nothing doing as St. Clair was taken off the ball. And now the flag up for offside.
left-hand side, where Phoenix Rising has been very active. Give credit to St. Clair. Taking the initiative to continue his run, but that is flawless defending from Fuenmayor, not leaving his feet. Much like Renzo Zambrano moments ago, when he takes that long touch, that's when you step in.
Here's Pacheco. Pacheco's cross, just a hopeful ball in. It'll skip out of play. You look at this Phoenix back line, Pop Marboy, the rookie, the experience of Alejandro Fuenmayor, who has played with RGV, he's played with Oakland, now in his second year with Phoenix. We talked about John Stenberg, who's out. Mo Traore is not playing tonight. They have a ton of options on that back line, and that's what this team is really built on, their strong defensive record.
We've seen them play 4 in the back, we've seen them play 3 in the back. Diego Gomez, we mentioned it in the open, ability to click all the right buttons and to understand the flexibility and the tactical changes that Phoenix Rising can implement.
Foul there. Phoenix have conceded 25 goals this year. That is tied for the second least. They've only conceded 2 in the last 6. They have 10 clean sheets total. Remember, coming in, 3 straight clean sheets. Free kick for Tulsa as we enter stoppage time tonight.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of
It's 3 minutes added on. That
first half.
was exactly how long the hydration break was.
Great turn.
Phoenix on the move. It's Angel. It's Tomas Angel. And right now, it's just calming down in front of goal and trying to find the frame.
Mentioned it earlier, better body position for an attacking player. The way that Derek Formella puts himself between him and St. Clair creates a little bit of separation, and now you're drawing in Sawahi. Frees up Angel. He does everything right. His first touch kills the ball. Now that second touch out of his body, but watch his shoulders yet again. Leaning back. Trying to shape it on that near post, just gets it all wrong. And another really good action for Diego Gomez and playing in between the lines. It's just that final action that has been lacking for Phoenix Rising.
Composure in front of goal. Every coach talks about it. Every player wants to have it. That's why it's so hard to score a goal. Here comes Phoenix again. Formella. Formella goes down. Referee points to the spot. Penalty.
Talked about that left-hand side for Phoenix Rising, the verticality always causing issues. But if you're St. Clair, you need to move your feet. As Derek Formella takes this touch negative, that's when you need to just shuffle across as you lunge in, get none of the ball, all of the player, clear pen, and Phoenix Rising has an opportunity to take the lead right before halftime.
Penalties were a big talking point in the last matchup between Phoenix and Tulsa. Phoenix scored 2 penalties in that game. It was Remy Cabral who scored 1, and then Darush Formella. But right now, it's Tomas Angel holding the ball for Phoenix Rising. He's yet to score a goal for Phoenix Rising. Big moment for the youngster. Going up against Johan Peñaranda that has saved 2 of the 3 penalties that he has faced this year. Phoenix are 2 for 3 from the spot this year. Both of those penalties scored against Tulsa. It's Angel against Peñaranda. Tomas Angel scores! Phoenix are on the board just before the break, and they get it from the spot.
Deservingly so for Phoenix Rising. The better side through the first half. Derek Vermella has been fantastic. Gets that left leg for St. Clair. As he lunges in, takes him out. Angel steps up, cool as you would like. Just watch the way that he approaches the ball. At the last second, he opens up his hips. So it gives him the angle, just simply guide it into that far post. Peñaranda goes the wrong way. And a 10 out of 10 in the celebration. Phoenix Rising in the lead right before halftime.
Tomas Angel, his first goal in Phoenix Rising colors. Rising get on the board before the break. What has to feel like a backbreaker if you're FC Tulsa. We're going to have to take a few more risks coming forward. Dennis for Angel. Now Zambrano, who's played a near flawless first half for Phoenix in the middle.
This changes things now for FC Tulsa and Mario Sanchez. His message at halftime, not be surprised if we see him dip into the bench and bring some players in the attacking phase of the game, because you need to go and chase the game now. You need to produce a little bit more going forward. You cannot sit all 11 players. Watch out.
Pacheco. It's Potmar boy to get his head to it, and that is the last action of the first half. Well, Phoenix, they pitch a shutout through 45 minutes, but they also grab a late goal from the spot.
Your domination for Phoenix Rising and Diego Gomez. By far the better side through the first 45 minutes, compact in the back, confident on the ball. And you get your reward through that man to get the opening goal. But now for FC Tulsa, what does the reaction look like? You need to be a little bit more attack-minded when coming out of the break.
Phoenix with 9 shots, Tulsa with no shots, and that pretty much sums up the first 45 minutes. We have reached the break from Phoenix, Arizona, and it's Rising who have grabbed a lead heading into the break. It's Phoenix Rising 1 and FC Tulsa 0. Stay with us. time from the desert in Phoenix, Arizona. It's Phoenix Rising 1 and FC Tulsa 0. It's been a good first 45 minutes. A lot of Phoenix on the ball. As we welcome you back in, former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. A player that has been making waves across the USL Championship is Charleston forward Nick Marcanic, getting a move after the season to Spain, and he leads this league with 24 goals. What has impressed you most about him?
I think it's the type of goals that he can score. Every single goal in the book Nick Marcanic has in his locker, whether it's his left foot, whether it's head, whether it's his right foot, Josh. I've been so impressed with how clinical he's been in front of net, and there's a reason why he's going to be on the move next season. But he's meant so much to Charleston Battery because he has the link-up play as well. 3 assists to go with 24 goals in 27 appearances. Just look at the different types of goals that he can score. Just a ruthless finisher, and he's been fantastic and a big part of their success this season.
Moving to Cornea of the Spanish second division at the end of the season. So he will have a chance to break this record, and just based on the pace that he's on, he should shatter this record.
I think he's going to end around 30, 31 goals at the end of the regular season. You just see the success, 27 appearances, 24 goals, and the efficiency. Only 44 shots on target. Nick Marcanic has been fantastic in this 2024 campaign.
He will have a chance tomorrow night to either tie or break the record against Sacramento Republic. That will be a good one as part of the slate of championship games tomorrow. But to close out this Friday night in the USL Championship, we have a physical one in Phoenix. It's 1-0 to Rising at the break. halftime from Phoenix, and it's $1 beer night at Phoenix Rising Stadium. The beer can pyramid in full effect in the South End tonight at Phoenix Rising Stadium. As we welcome you back in with the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. It was all Phoenix Rising in that first 45 minutes. If you're FC Tulsa, though, how do you get a foothold in this game?
It sounds simple, but you need to take the sting out of the game. You need to take the game away from Phoenix Rising, and I do think that double pivot that I continue to talk about in that first half is going to be everything for the success. You get on the ball, you dictate tempo, you get the confidence within the side, and then you let your players higher up the field, Josh, be those game changers that they are.
The first half highlights, and it was all Phoenix all the time in that first 45 minutes. We'll start things off in the 8th minute. Phoenix was on the move early.
Again, changing the point of attack, starting on one side of the field, and then you get your third midfielder, Quejo. Fantastic technical ability, head down, laces through the ball. He just hits it so well, but it's a fantastic save from Pañaranda.
Just a few minutes later, well, it was still Phoenix on the ball.
Once again, a very similar action. There's no pressure on the ball, and just watch as Quejo continues his run. He outruns about 3 FC Tulsa players. No one has the ability to track him back, and that has been the microcosm of that first half for FC Tulsa. Pañaranda yet again makes himself big and denies Phoenix Rising the opening goal.
Into stoppage time. We're nearly at the break, but Harvey St. Clair left his foot in the cookie jar.
Just watch his left foot. Catches Formel, and who's going to step up? It's going to be the number 9, your attacking striker, Angel. Cool as you would like. 10 out of 10 in the pen, and definitely a 10 out of 10 in the celebration.
The first half stats will show you what we've been talking about. It was all Phoenix, 65% of the ball. At times it was higher, but no shots for FC Tulsa.
No shots on target, no shots for FC Tulsa. Possession 35%, and corners only 1 time, but also only 2 offsides, Josh. That tells you they're not having the ability to stretch the back line as well and really testing the shape for Phoenix Rising. I will not be surprised if we see Mario Sanchez change his tactical awareness into this game and play a little bit more Route 1 to start the second half.
We are at halftime from Phoenix. Late night in Phoenix, and it's 1-0 to Rising at the break, looking for 2 wins in a row. We'll have the second half coming up next.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Without a all, the light beer with a smooth elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Without all, the gold standard light beer.
some pretty good balance, and this game still very much in the balance as Phoenix Rising has a 1-0 lead going into the second 45 minutes of play here from Phoenix Rising Stadium in downtown Phoenix. Tomas Angel, his first goal of the season, the loanee from LAFC, converting from the spot. And now Phoenix have scored 4 goals against FC Tulsa this year. 3 of them have been penalties. We are set for the second 45 minutes with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks for staying up late with us wherever you are tuning in from tonight. Closing out this Friday in the USL Championship. There's the whistle, and we are underway in the second half from Phoenix. Does Tulsa have a comeback in the cards, or can Phoenix grab their second win in a row, which is something they have not done since the playoffs of last year? Our boy is shaken up, now back to his feet. Interim head coach Diego Gomez for Phoenix Rising said, this game, it's an important game in the table, but for us as a team, what is important is to keep the rhythm and win those 2 games in a row, which we have not been able to do this season. So that's something that's very much in the mind of this Phoenix Rising team as they come out for this second half.
We already see not even a minute in. Now you have Andrew Booth at that single pivot in front of that back line. So Diallo has the freedom to go and search the game. Good action here.
Tosh for Bell. Bell! It's right at Rios Novo. First shot of the game for Tulsa comes 46 minutes in from a player who wasn't on the roster 48 hours ago.
So now the hope is as Diallo pushes higher, you have 2 attacking mids. But Tosh and Diallo, you create a little bit of an overload around Rendo Zambrano. As Bell, left footer playing on the right-hand side, always going to come centrally, does well to elude Fuenmayor, but straight at Rios Novo.
Phoenix working it around the back, much of what we saw in the first half. It's Alejandro Fuenmayor now for Rising. Through the lines, Cuejo tries to lay it off. It's Booth who steps in. Booth, who was the lone goal scorer last week for FC Tulsa in the 4-1 loss against Colorado Springs. But it was really through the summer where Tulsa found some form. They went on the 4th of July to Colorado Springs, lost that game by a 0-0, but after that went 6 unbeaten with 2 wins and 4 draws, which has bolstered them up the standings. A foul here, and this is brought back for a free kick. Mr. Ratioto, who's down.
Just look at the numbers for Phoenix Rising. Creating an overload as you have Lawrence White advancing. Now you afford Bourgeois to step off his line. There's no need for a center back to be that high. This time challenge catches Ratioto. Again, a very dangerous set piece for the home side.
Chance to whip this in from a dangerous area now. Charlie Dennis puts it in. Pop Boy contorting his body to get his head on it. Just a bit high.
Just pure will from Boy. He wants it more. Good ball in from Dennis. If you're Bibu, you need to be stronger. And you get the better body position. Boy does just everything trying to get it back on target. Talk about how physically gifted he is. He's been fantastic and continues to get better as he plays for Phoenix Rising.
A different pathway to pro for Pop Marboy. Usually you see players either stick in college for a few years or they'll go straight to MLS Super Draft, but Potmar Boy, a little bit different. He wanted to come right into the USL Championship. Phoenix Rising knew the potential that he had, and we're now seeing that on display. He has been a regular starter, and maybe if you go to MLS, you're not going to be right in that first team right away. You'll have to play for the second team, but he wanted to come to the USL Championship. Phoenix saw it and signed him up.
A lot of reports came out that he denied a Generation Adidas contract coming out of Clemson. Understood that I can get real professional minutes quickly for Phoenix Rising. World of good for his development, boy.
Just shows there's not one way to do it. You can do it in a lot of different ways getting into the pro game these days. It's Bibu who was caught. Free kick coming for FC Tulsa. Schwab puts it down quickly. Angel trying to get out of the way. Now Tulsa will get it rolling again. Here's Andrew Booth trying to break lines, and guess who? Renzo Zambrano stepping in. Angel tries to let this run through. Turned over again, and Phoenix looking upfield. Charlie Dennis leads the break for Rising. Dennis for Formella. Turn ball for Quajo. Dennis down on the surface.
Seemed like Ricardo Fierro was going to blow the whistle. Looked at the play advantage.
Mayor. Dennis. Formella missed touch, but Tulsa could not keep the possession alive. Matthew Bell just coming in on loan yesterday from Real Salt Lake. Right into the starting lineup. Not sure if he knows everybody's names on the team yet. Trying to chest this forward. Nothing doing for Formella and Phoenix. There's Diallo. Playing it forward, and there's nobody up there. Now the question becomes, if you're Mario Sanchez, first of all, you need to get on the ball a little bit more, but that would also maybe dictate when you can go to your bench and who you bring off the bench, because if you throw another striker, it's not going to matter if he can't get touches.
I think you get Blaine Ferrier on the field. He gives you a little bit of a presence in between the lines, but also Stojanovic, that big striker, so he can just be the focal point to play off of. As you bring in Josef as well, he gives you a little bit more mobility, but like you said, Josh, this side just needs to get on the ball. Can't score goals if you're not dictating tempo, if you don't have possession, or connecting any sort of passing or rhythm.
It's interesting when you look at this game in terms of just possession stats. Phoenix Rising, we talked about fourth most possession in the league at 55%. FC Tulsa is second least with just 45%. And now that's not to say that one's good or bad or worse than the other. It's just different styles and how they go up against each other. But it's been all Phoenix in this game, and Tulsa have not had chances in transition, which those numbers would say they probably want to play in transition.
If you do want to be a transitional team, your first pass is everything. When you recover the ball, your first pass needs to be forward to break a line and create a little bit of an overload. So that's why I do think if you bring in Stojanovic, he just gives you a big body to play into, and then you can let Bibu, or whether it's Josef, Bell, Pacheco, one of these players to run off of him. That push and pull kind of movement for FC Tulsa when you're in possession is going to be really crucial.
It also goes hand in hand with what we were talking in the first half, just how crucial Renzo Zambrano is to break up some of those transition moments for Tulsa. Quajo for Angel. Mayor, and a misplaced pass. It's closed down quickly by Popmar Boy, who was last off the Phoenix defender and out for a throw-in. Bibu wants to go quick. Batash in the middle. The Englishman moves it out wide, and maybe something on for Pacheco. Puts it in front, Bibu wide! Popmar Boy was there defensively, and it was a crucial defensive intervention.
Starts with the heads-up play from Bibu to go quick because he knows there's an opportunity to be had. 2 passes, the ball gets pushed out to Pacheco, and I love this early ball in. Do not think Boy sees Bibu. Off the shoulder, through the blind side. 5 yards out, that should be in the back of the net, but Boy does just enough to throw off the attacking play for FC Tulsa.
Big moment for Tulsa, one of their better scoring chances tonight. Popmar Boy there to break it all up for Phoenix. Phoenix coming forward, looking to roll it in front. Bourgeois with the clearance. Wyke putting pressure on high up the field. It's cleared out of play. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
It's going back to that ball in from Pacheco. Just so clever because as the defender, it's a nightmare to deal with. You have to have the ability to see where the ball's coming in from, but also what's behind you. And the runs off your shoulder.
Again, Pacheco, more of a hopeful ball coming in. He was running out of space and time and turned over.
So we continue to talk about body position, Josh, and players that play centrally, but also for center back is everything. When that ball goes wide, your hips need to swivel so you can see where the ball's coming in and the runs that are attacking the 18-yard box. That's the next step in the progression for Boyd because he's beat. Bibu finds the back of the net. Really interesting game on the back half of this game.
Quajo, it's quick passing. It finds Formella, who returns it back in field and broken up in the middle by Diallo. Angel. Phoenix will restart with Zambrano. A bit more open in the second half. Rito getting end line, cutting it back. It stays in play, and Owen Dom gets it away. Dom, the 20-year-old on loan from Louisville City. Second loan spell, spent 2022 with Northern Colorado, where he was a teammate with current teammate Johan Peñaranda. Formella moves it ahead. Quajo cuts it back on a dime. Quajo blocked! A big block in the middle by Swaki. Zambrano racing through the middle. Finds Dennis. Now Fuenmayor. Phoenix looking for a second goal tonight. Not lost this year when scoring multiple goals, 4 wins and a draw. They were 14-0-3 when they did it last year. It shows you how much they have not been able to score multiple goals in games in 2024. Good touch by Doratiotto. Looking in fields and connecting with Zambrano. A long spell of possession for Phoenix Rising. Fuenmayor couldn't get on the end of that pass. It's cleared out of play. There's a throw-in coming for Phoenix.
Of individual skill. Fantastic technical ability from the Italian. Tells you how comfortable he is on the ball.
Head coach Juan Guerra and Brandon McCarthy, who's part of the ownership group for Phoenix Rising, did an off-season trip last year to Italy and And they got to go to Juventus and see the setup they have in Turin. And Rattiotto was, they had their eye on and then able to sign him as the season got a little bit closer. So not pleased about that decision. It's out for a goal kick. It shows the reach of Phoenix Rising and really the USL Championship as a whole. Because recently they've signed Darius Johnson, who originally is from England and last played in the Netherlands, and then Joel Margarita, who's a Curacao international, currently on international duty. He's from the Netherlands as well. Both Johnson and Margarita coming in the last few weeks. And Margarita was the player who scored that lone goal against Loudoun last week to break an almost 500-minute scoring drought.
Talks about the quality of USL Championship and how much it's grown over the years.
Oh, trying to catch Marco Rios Novo off his line. It's no worry for Rios Novo.
Players understand that it's a destination league as well. The quality, the stadiums that are coming to be built. Players want to come here. They want to succeed here. So a testament to everything, the umbrella of USL.
Past the hour mark, Phoenix still holding on to that 1-0 lead. They got the lead just before the break through Tomas Angel from the penalty spot. Crucial game in the Western Conference. Both Phoenix and Tulsa coming in with identical records, 7, 8, and 9. Currently, Tulsa just one spot better than Phoenix, but they're in 7th and 8th spots, right on that playoff line at the moment. Over the top, Formella is brought down. There's a whistle, and this goes the other way. Must have been something away from the ball before that pass came in.
I think Formella has been really impactful through 62 minutes. We've seen him play a plethora of positions for this Phoenix Rising side, whether it's a wing back, whether it's essentially a withdrawn number 10. I do think as he has a pair now with Angel, that's when he's at his best, because he can combine, he can go fill in the gaps. He just gives you that little bit of quality and that difference maker that we've seen for every single step of his career in USL Championship.
Subs preparing for FC Tulsa. Milo Yosef and Patrick Segrist preparing to come on. Fresh legs at the hour mark. Looking up from behind. Here's Fuenmayor. And Rios Novo, the goalkeeper, stepping forward into the build-out. Very much the system that was put in place last year by former head coach Juan Guerra, who since departed in the offseason to be an assistant with the Houston Dynamo. Danny Stone put his little wrinkles on it. I'm sure Diego Gomez has done the same, but it's a little bit different of a Phoenix Rising than what we saw in some of their years past. 2019, when they had the record for a North American soccer win streak. We're more of a run and gun type team, scoring a lot of goals, going up and down the field. It's not quite the same Phoenix Rising that we saw back then.
And more methodical in the way that they approach the game. Want to get on the ball, want to slow it down, play their game at their tempo, and beat you through combination play. Like you mentioned, Josh, years past. More transitional, more vertical. You had success. As we are the reigning champions of USL Championship.
Tulsa looking for something forward. Pacheco slipped. Seen a few players slip on this surface tonight. I can promise you there's been no rain recently. But they do turn the sprinklers on. That's what keeps this field looking very, very nice. One of the best surfaces in the league. Formella fends off St. Clair to keep it
Just look at that massive gap centrally on the field. Only one player for FC Tulsa occupying that space, and that's exactly the movement that you need if you are Diego Gomez. Angel to drop into that. More times often than not, Bourgeois and Sawahi very aggressive at stepping off their line.
The yellow card goes to Matthew Bell, and he'll get that just before exiting the field. Those two subs, Milo Yosef and Patrick Segrist, just about ready to come onto the field.
Exactly what I'm talking about. As no one centrally, now you are forwarding your attacking player to drop back about 15 yards, picks up a yellow card. That will be his last action for FC Tulsa. As Milo Yosef and Patrick Segrist will step onto this pitch.
Harvey St. Clair and Matthew Bell will exit. Yosef, a second-year player with Tulsa, played his college soccer at Marshall. One Marshall player comes on for another. Yosef, the 2022 Sun Belt Player of the Year. Segrist, a very experienced USL Championship player. In his second season with Tulsa, came over last year from the Switchbacks. Before that with Indy 11 and Memphis. Renzo Zambrano in a tough spot, fights through the middle. Zambrano keeps it. Duratiotto couldn't. Phoenix looking to keep the ball again. Flicked infield. Duratiotto couldn't get on it. Bourgeois has to chip it out to midfield. Booth broken up in the middle. And Dennis taken off the ball. Nobody could keep the ball there for a long spell. And finally, a whistle will send it the other way to Tulsa.
It's been a battle all night, centrally. Like Dennis catches Diallo. The top of his left foot, makes the most of it. The young midfielder does. Now expect FC Tulsa to be a little bit more vertical and direct in their play with the insertion of Milo Yosef. So as he continues to make those runs, that might free up some space for Bibu and Batash underneath.
Pressure through the middle and one back. Formella with Angel. Thomas Angel out of play. Phoenix got it and they went quickly, but they couldn't make the most of it.
Just so sloppy from FC Tulsa as Batash turns us over. No one takes the initiative. Andrew Booth is not going to drop off. Bourgeois is not going to step up. I really love this run from Angel as he slashes across the two center backs for FC Tulsa. Formella has two options played into his path, which he does. Or he has the ability to cut it back across and go on himself. Unselfish from the experienced player. Really difficult angle for Angel to put it back on target.
The other way, it's covered well by Pop Marboy, and Rios Novo sends it upfield. Sawahi and Booth. Mario Sanchez has been very complimentary of Andrew Booth since coming in. Came in on July 10th. He was with Miami. Last 2 years was spent with Charleston. Before that with Greenville Triumph in League One. One goal Booth does to his name. Just didn't quite work out with Miami this year. He played his college soccer, Booth did at Florida International, which is where Miami plays their home games, but moving on to greener pastures here with Tulsa. Fuenmayor striding forward, looking in fields, laid off for Angel. Nobody was stopping Fuenmayor as he just kept carrying forward. Now a whistle behind the play. Dom and Angel are both down. And the yellow card goes to the goal scorer.
frustration from Angel. There's times it really rash the way that he leaves his feet. Watch his left leg, how high it is. Catches Dom. No need from the number 9.
Things will restart with Rocco Rios Novo clinging to this 1-0 lead as subs are preparing. Jose Hernandez and Gabi Torres. Phoenix on the move again, played down the line. Rito making the long run forward, keeps the ball in play, and an easy catch for Johan Peñaranda. Here's Dom, able to keep his footing, and Milo Josef has not been part of this game much since coming on. Josef, though, cutting it in fields and finding Pacheco. Pacheco plays it through the middle, too tall for Josef. And that ball not kept in play. Goal kick, a little bit better for Tulsa.
Just a glimpse of how clever Milo Josef can be, the ability to beat his individual marker and require attention. And then the next step is the decision-making to play it into a free man. Love how he continues his run off the shoulder of Bibu. Bibu brings out Boy with him. So now it's a 1v1 between Josef and Fuenmayor. Just a bit heavy from Pacheco.
Subs for Phoenix Rising. Charlie Dennis and Emil Cuejo will exit. It's Jose Hernandez and Gabi Torres to enter. Torres, 3 assists to his name this year, his 3rd season with Phoenix. He was acquired 2 years ago from FC Tulsa, where he spent just about 3/4 of a season. For Jose Hernandez, now his 2nd year with Phoenix. Hernandez, 1 goal, 1 assist to his name. This is moved out wide as Tulsa look to come back the other way. Josef, blocked cross and a corner kick coming.
You need to be very careful if you are Phoenix Rising. You do not have the ability to get complacent. Too predictable from Fuenmayor. Leaves a gap going back the other way, so Josef, with his verticality, flawless timing from Gabi Torres, who just walked onto this field.
Touched in play for Batash. Return ball for Pacheco, chance to shoot. He couldn't curl it towards goal. It all opened up there though for Pacheco.
4 goals, 3 assists on the season. For Pacheco, definitely has the quality to hit the target from that distance. You start to get the sense that FC Tulsa slowly getting their footing into this match, getting on the ball a little bit more, and asking some questions of Phoenix Rising.
Again, broken up. Switch of play, now Josef getting more involved. Another blocked cross. Pacheco will stride over and take this. Just 3 shots, 1 of them on target tonight for Tulsa. This is corner number 3. It's an in-swinger again. Towards the penalty spot, an easy clearance for Phoenix. Set pieces haven't quite been what Tulsa have converted on tonight as opposed to what we saw back in April. Here comes Phoenix. They win it back in a good area. Formella in for Hernandez, and Peñaranda snares it. Just broke down there at the end. Phoenix have gotten into that area quite a few times, but Tulsa, good work scrambling defensively. Here's Bibu. Diallo out wide, Segrist. Final 15 minutes tonight from Phoenix Rising Stadium in Phoenix. Here's Zambrano. And Hernandez to slow things down. Zambrano now for Fuenmayor. Phoenix in no rush. Gabby Torres. Infield, Torres continues his run. Torres! Shouldered off the ball, no whistle from the referee. Good, strong defending from FC Tulsa. Segrist looking to penetrate in behind Pacheco, and again it's Potmar Boy. Go out for a throw-in. Potmar Boy has been so influential tonight.
Fantastic run. Gabby Torres, nothing in that from Swahi. Does fantastic to come across. Going back the other way. Just watch the recovery run from Boy. White gets pulled out of position. The gap's there. Last-ditch defending effort. Fantastic yet again from the leader in the back line.
Our second half hydration break from a very warm Phoenix, Arizona tonight, where temperatures have dipped to 96 degrees. How did we get to this point? Well, 1-0 to Phoenix Rising, and it's that man there, Tomas Angel, that has the goal so far tonight for Phoenix Rising. Just before halftime, Formella draws the penalty.
It's the left leg of St. Clair that had a lot to do in that first 45 minutes. Formella does really well, so who's gonna step up? Your number 9 gets his first on the season for Phoenix Rising. Cool as you would like. Opens up his hips and simply guides it in and sticks to landing. Phoenix Rising 1-0 up.
Tulsa did have a good chance in this second half as well, but they're still searching for that breakthrough.
Going back the other way, fantastic bit of play from FC Tulsa. You start on one side of the field, you end on the other. Bibu does everything right, plays off the blind side of Boy. That needs to be in the back of the net, 3 yards out, but give credit to the center back. Does just enough to throw his counterpart off.
Tulsa still searching. Phoenix have their moment. These are the live standings in the USL Championship. Phoenix will move 3 points clear of Tulsa. There's still that 2-point gap between Orange County, Monterey Bay, and Tulsa on that playoff line. San Antonio still very much involved in this picture, and makes it a little more interesting. Danny Stone, former Phoenix Rising head coach this season, now the head coach at Orange County.
So many storylines in and around that playoff line in USL Championship. So if you are a neutral, exactly what you want. Really important games on the back end of this season.
Subs coming for Phoenix Rising. Darush Formella, along with Giulio Doratiotto, will exit. It's JP Skierce and Juan Azokar who will enter. Juan Azokar played last year with San Antonio, before that with Oakland, a spell with RGV, his first season with Phoenix. JP Skierce coming off 4 seasons with Union Omaha in USL League One, won the 2021 USL League One title with the Owls as well. The Arizona native back playing in his home state.
So now for Phoenix Rising, the trio in the central part of the field is going to be Skierce, Hernandez and Zambrano. Like for like, Azazakar would pop off to this left-hand side, so you have him and Rito as your wingbacks for Diego Gomez in the home side.
Stefan Stojanovic, who's also come onto the field, as Andrew Booth takes it on. And guess who's there to block it? It's Pop Marboy. It's Diogo Pacheco, who is exited for FC Tulsa. Stojanovic with 4 goals so far this season. Stojanovic, the last 2 years of Philadelphia Union 2, college soccer at St. Louis, and then Georgetown. Milo Yosef preparing to take this corner kick for FC Tulsa with 10 minutes to go. Yosef, the in-swinger, back post. Bibu had over-pursued and runs out of play. The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Phoenix has had Tulsa's number as of late. 5-0-2 in their last 7 against FC Tulsa. And trying to add a second goal here. It's Gabby Torres saved! Johan Peñaranda with another big stop. Peñaranda's 3rd save tonight. That was Phoenix in free flow.
It's simple, but it's really effective from Rios Novo. Now he unlocks this FC Tulsa side, but as Dom steps up, there's just no rotation. So while he needs to push closer, but give credit to Gabby Torres, it's the patience and decision-making. Your top priority now as you continue to run is to engage while he doesn't step up. Why not call your own number? Really good save yet again for Peñaranda.
Loaded forward again, Pop Marboy. Go back to that chance earlier for Tulsa, right in front of goal. Bibu was on the doorstep. Pop Marboy came from behind, didn't get a touch on it, but influenced the play. It's that moment that we keep coming back to. It seems like it could be one of the better chances of this game for Tulsa.
Agreed, 100%. If FC Tulsa find the back of the net, in that instance, this game is completely different. As we approach 8+ remaining here, Phoenix Rising can just quickly slow the game down, try to bait FC Tulsa out of their defensive structure, and that's when you can play in between lines. But now decision-making for Diego Gomez. Do not try to overcomplicate things. Play what the game gives you and keep it simple.
Mario Sanchez talked to us about the attacking unit, said we just need more at the end of the day. Says it's going to be more about the collective after Philip Goodrum moves on to Louisville City. They're going to need some players to step up in that area of the fields. Just 2 goals scored in their last 3 games. Right now, Phoenix pitching a shutout through 83.5 minutes. Here's Skierce. Touch it back infield. Skierce. Jose Hernandez. Juan Azakar. Looking to connect with Torres. Torres will get on the end of it anyway. Cut back. Hernandez. And again, that patience being shown by Phoenix. Rios Novo picking at a pass on the far side. And Lawrence Wyke looking forward. Rito over the top. Zambrano making the forward run. Looking to cut it back, and Peñaranda scoops it up. Tulsa with 5 minutes plus stoppage time to find an equalizer, trying to get a result on the road. It's been a mixed bag of results so far. 4, 5, and 4. 16 points, 5th in the Western Conference in terms of road form. They have not scored in Phoenix since 2017. And they've never won a game in Phoenix as well. Owen Dom. Tosh looking over the top, the run of Segrist headed away. Flying forwards, Diallo. Booth couldn't collect. It's out of play, and subs preparing. And this is a return to the field for Remy Cabral, as Tomas Angel will exit tonight's goal scorer just before halftime. This is how he got Phoenix on the board.
It's going to do a world of good for his confidence to get his goal-scoring account open for Phoenix Rising. Takes his pen very well. Guides it into that side post. You have Remy Cabral, the leading goal scorer, 6 goals, 1 assist on this season.
There's one player who opened his account against FC Tulsa, coming on for another who did as well, as this shot is fired wide. Remy Cabral scored a brace in that game against Tulsa back in April. Fresh legs coming in the midfield for Tulsa, as Plain Ferry enters for Andrew Booth. There was also a yellow card issued as well. For Remy Cabral, his first appearance is July 6th, the 2-1 loss against San Antonio. Sounds like Alejandro Fuenmayor has had his name taken. It was for dissent. Rito. Does not get any easier for Phoenix Rising. 2 of the next 3 on the road. Next week, always a tough trip to Sacramento. The last time they went there, they won the Western Conference. After that, they'll return home for San Antonio. Always a tough matchup, and then it's on the road to Orange County. Wyke moves it out wide, chests it down. Azokar! Phoenix still looking to put this one out of reach.
Just have so many weapons, Phoenix Rising. So many players that can break lines with their passing range and their decision-making. Head up the whole way from Lawrence Wyke. Jose Hernandez comes centrally, so now that pulls out one of the center backs. Azokar has shown he has the quality to be a difference maker for Phoenix Rising. Work great, never a question.
Stays in play. Plain Ferry battling in the middle with JP Skeers. Will go Tulsa's way. If you include tonight, Tulsa, they have a nice spell of home games coming as this cross comes in. Easy take for Rios Novo. 6 of their final 10 games at home. Only have 3 home wins, though, in 2024. The 3rd least home points in the USL Championship. Their next game up will be against Las Vegas, and then after that, they take on Louisville City. They do have 9 days off, though, between this game and that game against Vegas on September 11th. Pardon me, that's only 4 days. I got my dates mixed up. Here we go.
Math is hard.
Sorry.
Days of the week are hard as well.
Entering 4 minutes of stoppage time tonight from Phoenix, Arizona. Rito trying to touch it down the line. Nothing doing. Phoenix looking for back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Last time they won 2 straight was the playoffs. They won 3 straight. And technically the final was a draw, but of course, hoisting that trophy. Bourgeois. Bouncing in, Pop Marboy there to clear it away again. Remy Cabral trying to run away. Cabral goes for goal, it's saved again. Peñaranda with another big stop. Mario Sanchez talked to us about Peñaranda this week, said how crucial he's been, and he's showing it.
Really good action for Phoenix Rising, your leading goal scorer. With Tenacious wanting to get on the end of it. But that touch right there sends him away from goal. So now the advantage goes to Peñaranda. Comes across his near post. Really good save. And he's been fantastic through 42 minutes. A goalkeeper for FC Tulsa. If you're Remy Cabral, you want to take that touch towards goal. So now you have the ability to go near post or far post. Watch out.
Nova was alert and gets it away midway through the minimum of 4 minutes. This is the 3rd game tonight in the USL Championship. The first 2 finished with 1-0 scorelines to the home team. It's looking like we could get a trio of 1-0 wins to the home team tonight. Tulsa with 90 seconds to go, trying to make something of it. Bitash taking off the ball. Here's Hernandez and Gabby Torres. Phoenix trying to put this away for good. Azokar. Diallo, Azokar nearly won it back. Diallo taking it out for Tulsa. And the distribution down the line for Milo Josef. Josef looking for Stojanovic! But no! The flag is up for offside. Nearly for FC Tulsa.
What a moment this could have been for FC Tulsa, but right side of your screen, really clever for Fuenmayor. At the last second, he steps up. Stojanovic never sees him. Offside about a yard. Some header though. Put it back on target. Rios Novo's beat. How good of a defending is that from Fuenmayor? Looks down his line, stays in unison with Boy and White. At the last second, catches the FC Tulsa player offside.
What a crafty little finish it was, but not meant to be for Tulsa. They have one more chance tonight. Stojanovic out of play, throw into Tulsa. Switch of play. Comes in field, knocked down. Blaine Ferry couldn't get a shot away, and that's it. Phoenix survive at the end. It's back-to-back wins for the first time in 2024 and 4 straight clean sheets for Phoenix Rising.
Massive 3 points for Diego Gomez and Phoenix Rising, deservingly so. The better side through the 90 minutes. Now you have a little bit of breathing room between you and FC Tulsa right at that playoff line. Tough to break down, and Hanel gets his goal-scoring account open. Dream night in Arizona.
Phoenix pitching another shutout at home tonight. And they are moving up the standings, now on 33 points and 2 straight wins. We'll come back and wrap things up from Phoenix. It's full time from the desert. Phoenix Rising 1, FC Tulsa 0. Stay with us. Full time tonight from Phoenix, Arizona, and it's Phoenix Rising that win their second game in a row for the first time in 2024. They get the job done with the 1 goal over FC Tulsa, and they get to celebrate tonight. Our full-time highlights. Phoenix Rising, FC Tulsa. It was a 3-3 draw back in April. Wasn't quite the same tonight, but another penalty scored for Phoenix against Tulsa.
That's that left leg of St. Clair that gets himself caught. Formella does really well, so who's going to step up? It's going to be your number 9. Mid-season acquisition gets his account open for Phoenix Rising. Fantastic pen, but this was the play of the game for me. As this ball continues quickly off the reset, just watch right side of your screen. Bibu off the blind side of point. He does just enough to throw off the attacking player, but Bibu's gonna want this one back. 6 yards out. He should be hitting the target. It should be 1-1, but boy, was fantastic.
90 plus 4. We thought maybe, but not quite.
Again, the right side of your screen, Fuenmayor, just watch his body position. Last second, steps up, about a yard offside. That's such clever defending. I'll take nothing away from the technical ability from Stojanovic. Just ventures off the last second. Phoenix Rising take massive 3 points in the playoff push.
4 straight clean sheets for Phoenix Rising, their longest run of games without conceding since 2022.
I thought it was an interesting match, Josh. The first half was all Phoenix Rising, but whatever Mario Sanchez said at halftime really got a reaction out of their side. They seemed a little bit more confident on the ball, the spaces they picked up, but I do think Edwin Lazo was a massive loss for them in the central part of the field. But yet, Diego Gomez has to be very pleased what the reaction was going to be out after that win against Loudoun United. You get another massive 3 points and continue to push up this Western Conference.
Speaking of the Western Conference, this is what it looks like going into Saturday in a 7-game slate of USL Championship action. Phoenix has jumped Tulsa, and now they have just a little bit of breathing room.
And a game in hand of Las Vegas Lights, who is the next side ahead of them, sitting at number 6 in the table. That's exactly what you want. You just see how tight it is around that playoff line. For a neutral in USL Championship, you want competitive matches at the end of this season. Exactly what 2024 has to for you.
Well, that will do it for our coverage tonight from Phoenix, Arizona. It's Phoenix Rising who get back-to-back wins for the first time in 2024. For our entire crew and broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. The full-time score from the desert, Phoenix Rising 1 and FC Tulsa 0. Thanks for watching the USL on ESPN. Good night from Phoenix.